Members of the 120th Fighter Wing and the 219th Red Horse Squadron of the Montana Air National Guard hit the ground running in 2009 and never looked back. This program will take a look at some of the activities and accomplishments over the past year. A story from Senior Master Sergeant Eric Peterson begins our program, The Right Tool for the Right Job, as he takes a look at the Air Guard's fabrication shop.
Maintaining a new aircraft can mean a change in procedures and equipment, including the use of tools that are not often available for purchase through tool vendors or the local hardware store. When aircraft maintenance procedures require the use of specialized tools that cannot be readily obtained, the expertise of the members assigned to the 120th Maintenance Squadron's fabrication element comes into play, and a locally manufactured tool is built.
There's a lot of tools specified in the TOs that are not available through commercial production, and they're very specific to the systems that we use in the F-15. So we immediately have to task the machine shop with getting those tools built so we can do our jobs.
Thousands of tools have been made by members of the fabrication element, which has saved millions of dollars in manufacturing costs to the 120th Fighter Wing.
Because they'd have to take it to a machine shop downtown, which is $80 an hour. And there's times when we've worked on projects that literally save $100,000 at a time. We pay for ourselves fast.
Highly specialized equipment is utilized by members of the fabrication element, such as metal lathes, milling machines, and the computer numeric control machine. This equipment uses data entered into a computer by the operator to make precise cuts into material that is secured on a cutting platform. The technical education becomes a great personal benefit to the part-time guardsmen, since many members can use the knowledge and experience gained at the 120th Fighter Wing to assist them as they pursue employment in the civilian sector.
Oh, it's very good training because they can take this education that they get here to downtown machine shops and can have a good career in the machining industry downtown.
Nearly every section assigned to the 120th Fighter Wing has benefited from their assistance by building items such as stands, shelves, or brackets. Reporting from the 120th Fighter Wing in Great Falls, Montana, this is Senior Master Sergeant Eric Peterson for 1st Air Force Now.
The conversion to the F-15 Eagle continues. The new platform brings new challenges and training for the weapons shop. Staff Sergeant Christy Mason tells us the weapon crews are getting certified to lock and load.
As the 120th Fighter Wing finishes its transition from the F-16 Falcon to the F-15 Eagle, many sections have had to undergo upgrade training for the new aircraft. In January, airmen from the weapons shop load standardization crew finished their certification and showcased it by providing fellow airmen and wing personnel a weapons load demonstration on an F-15 Eagle. Master Sergeant Randy Lilly and Tech Sergeants Christopher Kunkel and Justin Thompson spent 3 months receiving their upgrade training at bases in Florida, Oregon, and Idaho.
We went to Jacksonville, Florida, and their LSC trained our crew, and we went down, the 3 of us, and got certified down there. We were trained and certified in each position, and now we're certified, and we'll basically certify each guardsman crew, and they'll load twice, and then they'll be certified if their both loads are good.
The unit's mission has evolved from air-to-ground to an air-to-air mission, so the weapons loaders will be learning to load the AIM-120 and the AIM-9 missiles, a change from the 12 missiles and bombs the F-16 could be required to have loaded. The training is projected to take about 2 weeks per crew and will take place over the next year.
We'll be in charge of making sure everybody knows what they're doing around bombs and missiles, how to get them on the airplane safely, not drop them, make sure they're going to come off when the pilot wants them to come off.
One of the biggest challenges faced by the weapons crews was the lack of aircraft to work and train on. During the transition, the wing was left without any aircraft as they awaited the arrival of the new fighters, making training upkeep tough. Although most members of the crew have worked solely on the F-16, all agreed the transition would be an easy one to make.
Quite a bit bigger airframe, tighter spaces between the 120s. It's been good. I think it'll be nice for the guardsmen to have a little change of pace and something new for them to learn, and I think they're excited.
From the Montana Air National Guard, reporting for 1st Air Force Now, this is Staff Sergeant Christy Mason.
Montana Air Guard members are involved in several community outreach programs, one of which is the Cascade County Teen Day, keeping teens on the right track and helping to foster a drug-free community. Senior Master Sergeant Eric Peterson reports.
The 2009 Cascade County Teen Day celebration was considered a great success this year. Large numbers of local area youth gathered at the Paris Gibson Alternative Education Center in Great Falls to take part in activities designed to recognize the contributions teenage citizens make to the local community.
The goals is to get as many kids involved in this as possible to help foster a drug-free community and to teach our kids that there are important things in life that they can do other than be involved with drugs and alcohol.
The 6-hour event was divided into 2 separate time periods geared to middle school and high school age teenagers and featured a host of activities such as human bowling, a basketball hoops challenge shootout, and a dodgeball tournament. The 13th annual event was sponsored in part by the Montana National Guard Drug Demand Reduction Program, which provided an impaired driving simulator to demonstrate the harmful and serious effects that alcohol has on an operator of a motor vehicle.
Right now we're running an impaired driving simulation. The kids will drive without the DUI, without the impaired goggles, and then they'll drive with them on to see the big difference.
To reach out and attract teens to the event, the Alliance for Youth placed posters at all of the county's middle and high schools, handed out brochures, and advertised Teen Day in the local newspaper. The organizers offered free pizza and soda to the teens during the popular community youth event.
Our mission with the Counter Drug Program is to keep kids drug-free and to show them that they can do things in life without doing drugs and alcohol and getting into those dangers. And it's very important for us from the top down, from the tag all the way down to the lowest enlisted person, to know that drugs are not the way to go.
I think it's just so important because we want to be those role models to the kids to show them, you know, hey, we're doing this drug-free, you can do this drug-free also. This is just providing a drug-free, safe environment, and it's one way to show that we care about them as teens, and the Montana National Guard cares also.
Reporting from the 120th Fighter Wing in Great Falls, Montana, this is Senior Master Sergeant Eric Peterson for 1st Air Force Now.
More than 420 years of military service between them, as past commanders of the 120th Fighter Wing gathered on the Hill to reflect on our rich history, but also help chart the future course of the wing. I was lucky enough to cover this once-in-a-lifetime gathering. The Montana Air National Guard is reconnecting with its former leadership in an atmosphere of honoring its past and also seeking counsel from their vast experience as the wing moves forward.
It's pretty cool to see this group of guys. It's the commander that was the commander of the unit when I started here is here today, and there's 4 commanders that were lieutenants and captains when I was the DO, etc. So the combination of young kids that have grown up to become commanders and guys that were my mentors when I was a kid. So that's cool.
General Tanberg's favorite aircraft to fly was the F-16, but now the 120th Fighter Wing flies the F-15.
A great airplane for the wing. Hopefully we can carry this on and have the fighter tradition of the Montana Guard continue.
The distinguished visitors watched the boarding F-15s take off, toured several new building projects, including a briefing in the maintenance facility.
This whole concept was General Livingston's idea, and the concept was to respect our past and to honor our past. We brought up all the old generals and all the old colonels and the commanders and kind of picked their brain a little bit to find out the issues they've been through and how they handled it.
Many of the airmen were thrilled to see the 13 past commanders return to the base.
All the past wing commanders, there's a lot of history there. And again, it's very similar to a family reunion. The legacy that's there and what we've learned from them. And again, there's just so much history and just like old friends coming back they haven't seen in 10 or 15 years.
Flag Day has been celebrated on June 14th since 1916. And it's an opportunity for Air Guard members to show their pride for Old Glory. Senior Master Sergeant Eric Peterson has the story.
The flag at Overlook Park in Great Falls, Montana has become a well-known landmark for residents and visitors to the city. Flying at 120 feet above the hillside of the park and measuring 30 feet tall by 50 feet wide, the flag contains